Installing a longer extension cord on a refrigerator can indeed change its UL listing. UL, or Underwriters Laboratories, is an independent organization that tests and certifies electrical products for safety. UL-listed appliances and cords meet specific safety standards and have been tested to operate safely under particular conditions. Extension cords introduce additional resistance into the electrical circuit. This resistance can lead to voltage drops, which reduces the amount of power available to the refrigerator. Overloading the circuit or using an undersized cord can cause overheating, electrical fires, or damage to the refrigerator. Using a longer extension cord than recommended by the manufacturer may void the UL listing for the refrigerator. This means that the refrigerator is no longer considered safe to operate under UL certified conditions. To further understand this, let's delve into the specifics. Firstly, the role of UL listing is paramount. UL ensures that electrical products meet certain safety requirements. When a refrigerator is UL listed, it means it has undergone rigorous testing and has been deemed safe for use under normal operating conditions, as defined by UL standards. Secondly, consider the impact of extension cords on electrical circuits. Extension cords, especially those that are longer or of inadequate gauge, introduce resistance. This resistance impedes the flow of electricity, causing a voltage drop. A refrigerator, like any other appliance, requires a specific voltage to operate efficiently. When the voltage drops due to the extension cord, the refrigerator's motor may have to work harder, drawing more current, which can lead to overheating. Thirdly, the dangers of overheating are significant. Overheating can damage the refrigerator's components, shorten its lifespan, and, in severe cases, cause electrical fires. The insulation on the wires can melt, creating a short circuit, which can ignite nearby flammable materials. The UL listing ensures that the refrigerator is designed to prevent such hazards under normal circumstances, but using an unapproved extension cord can compromise these safety features. Fourthly, the National Electrical Code, or NEC, addresses the use of extension cords. NEC Article 400 provides guidelines on the proper use and selection of flexible cords and cables, which includes extension cords. The NEC emphasizes the importance of using cords that are of the correct size and type for the intended application. It also cautions against using extension cords as a substitute for permanent wiring. Fifthly, the refrigerator manufacturer's instructions are crucial. The manufacturer's instructions specify the recommended type and length of the power cord for the refrigerator. These recommendations are based on the refrigerator's electrical requirements and the UL listing. Using an extension cord that does not meet these recommendations can void the UL listing and potentially damage the refrigerator. Sixthly, the gauge of the extension cord matters greatly. The gauge of a wire refers to its thickness. Thicker wires have a lower gauge number and can carry more current without overheating. Using an extension cord with too small a gauge can cause a significant voltage drop and increase the risk of overheating. It's important to select an extension cord with a gauge that is appropriate for the refrigerator's current draw and the length of the cord. Seventhly, consider the length of the extension cord. Longer extension cords introduce more resistance than shorter ones. For refrigerators, it's generally recommended to use the shortest extension cord possible and to avoid using extension cords altogether if possible. If an extension cord is necessary, it should be heavy-duty and specifically designed for appliance use. Eighthly, avoid daisy-chaining extension cords. Connecting multiple extension cords together, also known as daisy-chaining, increases the resistance and the risk of voltage drop and overheating. It's always best to use a single extension cord of the appropriate length and gauge rather than connecting multiple cords together. Ninthly, inspect extension cords regularly for damage. Damaged extension cords can be a serious safety hazard. Check for frayed wires, cracked insulation, and loose connections. If an extension cord is damaged, it should be replaced immediately. Tenthly, understand the difference between temporary and permanent wiring. Extension cords are intended for temporary use only. They should not be used as a substitute for permanent wiring. If a refrigerator needs to be located far from an outlet, a new outlet should be installed by a qualified electrician. Now, let's address some common misconceptions about extension cords. One common misconception is that all extension cords are the same. In reality, extension cords vary in terms of their gauge, length, and intended use. It's important to select an extension cord that is specifically designed for the appliance it will be used with. Another misconception is that using a surge protector extension cord will protect the refrigerator from voltage drops. Surge protectors protect against voltage spikes, but they do not prevent voltage drops caused by resistance in the extension cord. Furthermore, some people believe that using a higher voltage extension cord will solve the voltage drop problem. However, the voltage of the extension cord is not the issue. The issue is the resistance in the cord, which causes the voltage to drop as the current flows through it. Using a higher voltage extension cord will not prevent this from happening. To ensure the safe and efficient operation of a refrigerator, it's essential to follow these guidelines. Firstly, consult the refrigerator manufacturer's instructions for specific recommendations on cord length and type. Secondly, use the shortest extension cord possible and make sure it is of the appropriate gauge for the refrigerator's current drawer. Thirdly, avoid daisy chaining extension cords. Fourthly, inspect extension cords regularly for damage. Fifthly, never use an extension cord as a substitute for permanent wiring. If you are unsure about the proper use of extension cords, consult a qualified electrician. They can provide guidance on selecting the right type of cord and ensuring that it is installed safely. In summary, adding a longer extension cord to a refrigerator can indeed alter its UL listing. Extension cords introduce resistance, causing voltage drops and potential overheating. Using non-recommended cords may void the refrigerator's UL certification, compromising its safety and efficiency. Always follow the manufacturer's instructions and the guidelines provided by the NEC to ensure the safe operation of your appliances. Remember, electrical safety is paramount. Taking the necessary precautions can prevent accidents, protect your property, and ensure the long-lasting performance of your refrigerator. By understanding the impact of extension cords on electrical circuits and the importance of UL listing, you can make informed decisions about how to power your appliances safely and efficiently. Moreover, consider the energy efficiency implications. A refrigerator operating with a voltage drop due to an inadequate extension cord will consume more energy. The motor will have to work harder to maintain the desired temperature, resulting in higher electricity bills. By using the correct type and length of cord, you can minimize energy waste and reduce your carbon footprint. In addition to the NEC, other standards and regulations may apply to the use of extension cords in specific locations. Check with your local building codes and electrical inspectors to ensure that you are in compliance with all applicable requirements. Also, be aware of the potential for electromagnetic interference, or EMI. Extension cords can act as antennas, radiating electromagnetic energy that can interfere with other electronic devices. Using shielded extension cords can help to minimize EMI. Shielded extension cords have a layer of metal foil or braid that helps to block electromagnetic radiation. These cords are often used in sensitive electronic equipment, such as computers and medical devices. When selecting an extension cord, consider the environment in which it will be used. If the cord will be exposed to moisture, it should be rated for outdoor use. Outdoor-rated extension cords are designed to withstand the elements and are less likely to short-circuit or cause electrical shock. If the cord will be used in a high-traffic area, it should be protected from physical damage. Use cord protectors or cable ramps to prevent people from tripping over the cord and to protect it from being crushed or cut. Furthermore, remember that the UL listing is not the only safety certification to consider. Other organizations such as ETL and CSA also test and certify electrical products. These certifications indicate that the product has met certain safety standards and has been tested to operate safely under specific conditions. When purchasing an extension cord, look for a certification mark from a reputable testing laboratory. In conclusion, the seemingly simple act of adding an extension cord to a refrigerator can have significant implications for its safety and performance. By understanding the principles of electrical circuits, the importance of UL listing, and the guidelines provided by the NEC and other standards, you can make informed decisions that will protect your property and ensure the safe and efficient operation of your appliances. Always prioritize safety and consult with qualified professionals when in doubt. Electrical work can be dangerous, and it's always best to leave it to the experts. Remember, a little knowledge and caution can go a long way in preventing electrical accidents and ensuring a safe and comfortable home. By taking the time to learn about electrical safety, you can protect yourself, your family, and your property from the hazards of electricity. Stay informed, stay safe, and always prioritize electrical safety. Let's also consider the long-term costs of using an improper extension cord. While the initial cost of a heavy-duty, appropriately sized extension cord might be higher, it can save money in the long run by preventing damage to the refrigerator, reducing energy consumption, and avoiding the risk of electrical fires. A damaged refrigerator will require repairs or replacement, which can be expensive. Increased energy consumption will lead to higher electricity bills, and an electrical fire can cause significant damage to your property and even put your life at risk. Investing in a quality extension cord is a small price to pay for the peace of mind that comes with knowing that your appliances are operating safely and efficiently. Additionally, consider the environmental impact of using an improper extension cord. A refrigerator that is operating inefficiently due to a voltage drop will consume more energy, which will contribute to greenhouse gas emissions. By using the correct type and length of cord, you can reduce your carbon footprint and help to protect the environment. Every little bit counts, and making small changes in your daily habits can have a big impact over time. Furthermore, be aware of the potential for ground faults. A ground fault occurs when electricity flows through an unintended path to ground, such as through a person's body. Ground faults can cause severe electrical shock and even death. To protect against ground faults, use ground fault circuit interrupters, or GFCIs. GFCIs are designed to detect ground faults and quickly shut off the power, preventing electrical shock. GFCIs are required in many areas of the home, such as bathrooms and kitchens, and they can also be used with extension cords. When using an extension cord, make sure that it is plugged into a GFCI outlet. Also, be aware of the potential for arc faults. An arc fault is an unintentional electrical discharge that can cause a fire. Arc faults can occur due to damaged wiring, loose connections, or overloaded circuits. To protect against arc faults, use arc fault circuit interrupters, or ASIs. ASIs are designed to detect arc faults and quickly shut off the power, preventing electrical fires. ASIs are required in many areas of the home, and they can also be used with extension cords. When using an extension cord, make sure that it is connected to an ASI-protected circuit. In addition to the technical aspects of extension cords, it's also important to be aware of the legal implications. Using an extension cord in violation of the NEC or other applicable codes can result in fines or other penalties. It can also void your insurance coverage in the event of a fire or other electrical accident. Always comply with all applicable codes and regulations when using extension cords. If you are unsure about the legal requirements, consult with a qualified electrician or building inspector. They can provide guidance on the proper use of extension cords and ensure that you are in compliance with all applicable laws. Remember, ignorance of the law is no excuse. It's your responsibility to be aware of the rules and regulations that apply to your property. In conclusion, the seemingly simple act of adding an extension cord to a refrigerator can have a wide range of implications, from safety and performance to energy efficiency and legal compliance. By understanding these implications and taking the necessary precautions, you can protect yourself, your family, and your property from the hazards of electricity. Stay informed, stay safe, and always prioritize electrical safety.